But if you close your eyes.
Yo guys, MotorGamer here and welcome back to another video. So to start with, I just want to say I've seen the Venom teaser trailer and I've decided not to make a video on it yet just because I don't think there's enough in the teaser trailer for me to make a good video on. Please leave in the comments whether you'd want me to make a video on the actual trailer once that comes out, because I'd be happy to do so if that's what you guys want. Anyway, today's video is Marvel Spider-Man PS4 gameplay hopes and ideas. So in this video I'm going to be discussing my hopes and ideas for what the gameplay could be like in Spider-Man PS4. All of the ideas in this video are my opinions and my ideas, but I don't expect any of them and I know a lot of people will probably disagree with them. So without any further ado, let's get straight on with the video. So the first hope I have for this game is idle animations. So when we're still for a certain amount of time, Spider-Man or Peter does a random animation that relates to the situation. So in most past games we've had idle animations where Spidey will do some sort of animation once he's left still for a while, but I'd really like to see some idle animations that actually make sense in this game. So for example, if we're just in the streets as Spidey, we wave out or something like that. Just so we do an animation that relates to the situation Spidey or Peter's in. And a cool idea from Bacon for Life 31 is that if we leave Spidey on a wall for 10 seconds or more, he lays upside down with his hands behind his head or something like that. Things like this would be really cool to add to the game because it adds some more variety and there's also a lot of chances for humour in these animations. Secondly is interactive parkour. Now at the moment I feel like there will probably be a button that we just hold down to do parkour, because that's kind of what it looks like in the demo and the trailer, because the parkour just seems so fluent and smooth that I'm not sure it's something that the player can fully control. But I personally would prefer it a lot if it's something that we can control fully, and it could be based on timings that we press the jump button or where we point the directional analog sticks and just stuff like that. I'm not sure how Insomniac could do it, but I'd rather that than just a button we hold down for parkour. Even if it is just that we hold down a parkour button, that's still really cool anyway. But in Web of Shadows, for example, there was kind of an okay parkour-like system in there, where if we landed on the floor and then pressed jump really quickly, we would launch ourselves forward, and if we were to go onto a wall and press X just as we landed, we would jump off, but if we were to hold X, we would cling on in whatever direction we were facing. Just small little details like that made it feel like we were parkouring as Spider-Man. And it would really make us feel like Spider-Man if we had much more freedom in the parkour itself. The third thing I would like in the game is a button dedicated to Spider Sense like normal, but I also think it would be cool if there was random activation of the Spider Sense. So if something or someone was more threatening than the common crook, for example, then Spider Sense could go off by itself and we get an indication of where the threat is. So for example, if there was a car about to run us over when we're stood in the streets, our Spider Sense could go off and we could get a indication that there's something behind us. I feel like this would be really cool because it would be more like the comics and we would feel much more like Spider-Man does when he has his Spider Sense. The next one might be quite controversial, and that is that I would personally quite like the LT and the RT button for web swinging. So similar to The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where we could use RT to swing with our right hand and LT to swing with our left hand, but obviously a lot better than it was in that game. For some reason I just really liked this feature because I feel like it gave the player a lot more control in the swinging and added quite a bit more variety in the swinging. So if we wanted to swing to the right around a building, we could press RT so that we would go round that building. And I feel like this detail made the swinging much more immersive because we got the choices that Spider-Man would get whilst he swings. Now this next one is purely just an idea which I don't expect Insomniac to incorporate at all, but I feel like it would be really good if they did. And that is that at any time during gameplay we could press a button which allows us to use the web shooter interface in first person. Now I'm aware that there might not be a web shooter interface or anything like that, but if there was, it would be cool if we could choose the web types in first person, but obviously have a button that does that quickly as well. And we could track spider traces, set off web mines, set timers, and all of that stuff that Spidey would be able to do with his web shooter interface. I feel like it would be really immersive and make us feel like Spider-Man if we got to look at the web shooters like this in first person. But as I said, I'm not sure the web shooters will have high-tech interface because they are already really high-tech in the fact that they transform shape. But I would really like it if there was an interface. This feature of a button which allows us to do something in first person could also be used for the phone. Like we could take out our phone and check side missions, relationships, progress, all of that stuff in first person in gameplay. So it's not like a pause screen or a map or anything like that in past games, but it's literally something like we can go on top of a building and just go on our phone, or go on the side of a wall and go on our phone, and just things like that. Now I really don't expect this at all, it is just an idea, but I think it would be really cool. So that is the end of this video everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to say if you want me to do videos on the Venom film in the future, and the Avengers project. I think I might do on the Avengers project already, and I'll start planning some videos for them soon. Also leave in the comments your ideas for gameplay, and your hopes for gameplay as well, along with any other ideas you have for me to make videos on. Today I have shoutouts for Yusuf07, Mr. Krabs, Louis Eduardo, Adam the Gamer 66, Lazy Ape, Kings Gaming, Luke Sec, and everyone who comments on my videos. So thank you to all of them and everyone who always comments on my videos. I try to always shout out different people, so I'm not always shouting out the same people, but I still appreciate everyone who always comments in the videos. So with all of that said, that is the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Mental Gamer, over and out.